It's Lost in Plot, and we're back with Dexter, New Blood, Episode 9, The Family Business.
That's right, it was a perfect, fantastic episode.
You couldn't see this one coming a mile away!
They paid off the drone.
The surprises are epic.
They paid off the drone.
Did you think that was a payoff? Were you satisfied?
No.
That's like somebody came across the drone and like, oh shit, we forgot to do something with this. Throw it in there!
Somebody tapped on the writer's room door and said, remember when you gave him that drone in the earlier episode?
You set this up.
Did you do anything with that?
Chekhov's gun.
It's like, ooh, we can use it this episode. Track him in the woods.
It was a throwaway. A total throwaway.
So, in this penultimate episode, we kind of get the conflict between Dexter and the Runaway Killer coming to a head. Going after each other in this episode, and that's kind of the crux of everything. Dexter and the Runaway Killer squaring off. Angela slowly, step by step, getting closer to discovering Dexter's secret.
That's right, we had a brilliant game of cat and mouse between these two killers. I mean, it's not like they're just going to decide to light the guy's house on fire out of nowhere. Just drive over there and torch that son of a bitch.
So it doesn't sound like there was much here to interest you. You sound bored with it.
No, come on. I mean, everything here is perfunctory at this point. They've tipped their hand so much that we're so far ahead of them, we can only hope that they'll just...
I was ahead of them as of episode 5.
We can only hope that they'll dispense of these perfunctory plot beats and break new ground somewhere where they could potentially surprise us. But I don't think that's likely.
Now, they did go into a little bit of background on the Runaway Killer and why he operates the way he does. Did that do anything for you? Because for me, it really felt like, well, they just tacked that on.
Yeah, a lot of it felt...
explanation.
A lot of it felt tacked on because I guess they
It would have been good. It would have been appropriate as a theme. If we're talking about, protecting your kids so much and not wanting them to go out and get hurt in the world, which is his kind of twisted methodology, it would have worked as a theme, but it just felt like an afterthought here. It's like, oh yeah, we got to give him a reason for why he does it.
Yeah, and I think that's it. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. I think it's something that probably needed to be explored a bit more subtly and a bit more evocatively than just get tacked on at the end.
Agreed.
Not satisfying.
So now we're to the finale. And is there anything left? Is there anything that they can do? Because the interesting thing, and I don't know if this is just a bunch of bluster in the press or whatever, but Clyde Phillips is the guy that came back as showrunner, and he's the reason earlier in this season that I was so optimistic and I said, this is probably going to be good. He did the first 4 seasons that I really liked, and now he's back to do this. Turns out he wrote the first episode. He's been off, I don't know where, for these last 8 episodes, and then he's coming back to do the final episode.
You know what my
And
fear
he's
is?
doing interviews saying that this one, and I quote, is going to light the internet on fire, and it's the best thing he's ever written.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
That's
ballsy.
what he said.
I'm rooting for him. I am so tired of shitting on Dexter. Week after week after week watching this show. I didn't want it to
really
be bad.
turned sour.
I wanted it to be good. I was hopeful for a world in which Dexter could recapture that greatness that it had originally. I'm hopeful that he can really deliver a finale. What I fear and what I predict is this will be far less of a finale and far more of just a teaser or baiter for whatever type of season he wants to engage in next. I think this will be some sort of an episodic, like, all right, that season's over with, but now let me lay the seeds for the next one. Maybe that's Clyde Phillips. Maybe he's just a setup guy.
And that's total speculation because we don't even know if this is coming back or not.
Nope.
This has not been greenlit for another season. Anything could happen in this next episode. They could kill off the character and just end it flat out right here. They could do anything. We have no clue whether this is going to come back for next season. And I think I really lay the problems of this season squarely on the writer's room.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Where else could it go wrong?
The writers of this season have done a very pathetic, terrible job. There's just no way around it. In that writer's room, just been garbage coming out of there. The first few episodes were good. We were intrigued. We set up some things. It felt like there was some great potential.
Confident,
and then they
assured
have
efforts,
repeatedly just squandered all that potential and just run this thing into the ground. So now we're at the finale and we don't really care. And it just has me thinking, if you look back to those first 4 seasons, you can remember particular moments during the season with, the ice truck killer, with Trinity, certain episodes and moments that stick with you, even Miguel Prada. But from this season, do you look back and remember anything?
If you look back and remember it, it's because it's those laughable moments.
Oh,
of which the last episode had the best, when he's jumping through the mirror, and then we got Beanball in the batting cage. I'll remember them only because of how comical and silly they are, and I'll laugh when I think of them.
So I guess we'll find out if Clyde Phillips is telling the truth in his interviews, and this
rooting for
finale
you.
is really going to be the smashing revelation that he seems to expect. But
Shit's
for this
about to get wild.
For this episode, when you give it a number, let's both kill it, because that's what we're going to do.
Yeah,
Let's face it.
yeah, this one's a 4 out of 10. There's nothing notable or interesting to say about this episode at all. It's just plotting execution of plot beats that you saw coming episodes ago.
Yeah, it's a 5 out of 10. It's dead for me as well. It is the inevitable. We knew this was coming, and this is the episode where they deliver on that. We go through the beats that we knew we would expect, and it kind of happens the way you thought it would.
I'm disappointed. I wish it wasn't so. But it is so.
And that is Dexter. New Blood.
Dexter New Blood, episode 9. Guys, if you've seen it, if you have different thoughts, please leave them in the comments section down below. Like and subscribe. Check us out on Twitter. And we will see you all on the next one.